Today I'm going to be ranking all the highest trending worlds on VRChat. I have about 2,100 hours in VRChat, so I feel like I'm pretty qualified to judge these worlds. I'm going to be ranking them on this tier list from A to F, and then make sure to let me know in the comments if you agree with where I put things, or if maybe you would have placed some of these worlds in a different place. Starting off, we have VRChat Home. VRChat Home is obviously a classic, and it's also the very first place you end up before you've set a home world for yourself. So there's always a lot of people here, and they haven't updated this for a while, but it's a nice little relaxing area, and they show off some events here, and they have a lot of good information for new players. So with that, I'm going to rank this a B. And I think it deserves a B just because it's not extraordinary, but it's really helpful and it's pretty nice overall. Next up, we have Sur Room. Sur Room is easily one of the best chill worlds in VRChat. It's just super detailed. They have like tags that float above your head that you can set. The world has a system to pose your avatar in lots of different ways. It has lots of things to interact with. It's very high detail. There's games, there's video players, there's lots of stuff to do. Overall, I really think that this world is above and beyond most other chill rooms in the entire game. There's just so much that makes it special and stand out, and I would definitely give this one an A. Next up on our list, we have the Black Cat. I've said this before, but I think the Black Cat is a good world. I like the way that it's designed and it looks very nice. But honestly, everyone who has been here knows that the worst experiences in VRChat probably come from the Black Cat, so I have to put it in D. I would put it below D, probably to F, but it is entertaining, but it's always just a mess. Prison Escape is a world that I've actually only been to a couple of times. It doesn't seem like a bad game, but I haven't really gotten to experience it enough to really rate it, I think. So we're gonna go with like a solid C because it's right in the middle, and I feel like I can't fairly rate it. One's optimized box is exactly what it sounds like. It's just basically a big open box where you can toggle on and off some of the stuff, but that's all it really is. I would say that it's not a bad world, so I don't want to put it at D. Plus, a lot of people have lag issues in VRChat, but they still want to play it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at C because I feel like it's just a box. It's not anything special, but it's not bad. Next up on our list, we have LS Media. LS Media is a great world. I've spent a lot of time there with friends and my girlfriend watching movies and watching shows. The interface for selecting everything is really great. The world is okay overall. I like that there's a lot of customizable things in the world. Honestly, I give it an A. Among Us in VRChat is not terrible. I actually kind of prefer regular Among Us over this, even though it's basically just Among Us in VR. I haven't played it that much in VRChat, but I know that every time I've been there's always been a lot of screaming. But overall, Among Us is a pretty good game, so I'm going to give it a B. Drinking Night is kind of like a nightclub for anyone who hasn't been there. Every time I've been there, there's always a lot of people partying and playing games. I usually am not the kind of person who maybe likes really loud environments, so I would definitely give this maybe a D for me. Midnight Rooftop is actually a pretty special world in my opinion because I've updated it so much throughout the years, and I feel like it's gotten to a point where it's just really good. I give Midnight Rooftop an A. Furry Hideout is an interesting idea. I think it's good that Lieutenant Shadow wanted to make kind of a safe space with like some rules that people should follow. That's kind of like just a nice place to hang out. I never really go here, and I've never heard really anyone talk about it, even though it is trending. People do go here, but I feel like some of their other worlds are probably better. I would give this one maybe a D because it feels a little empty to me and it's just not really my thing. Avatar Search gets an A. This world is actually insane. I get why it's PC only because when you load in the avatars, it lags like even pretty decent computers. So I would say that this is better than Dolish, but it is PC only. Basically, you can just type in whatever you want. You get the avatars that are named that. Definitely an A. I always like it when people do innovative new things on VRChat, and also this gives back a way to search for avatars since we don't have mods anymore. Actually, it's been a really long time, since August. I think it was August of last year. Japan Shrine is next. I would say that this is a solid B. This has been around since I very first played VRChat, and it's still somehow also stayed popular. I see a lot of like memers here, but also it's never really a bad experience when I've been here. So definitely a B. Press the Button is a really cool game. It used to be on a website, and it's a game where you get a positive thing that would happen if you push the button, but there's also a negative side effect, and then you just decide if you push the button. I like the concept. I also like it when people put games into VRChat that already exist. I think that's a really interesting thing. I would give this one a B. Spirits of the Sea has changed a lot over its time on VRChat. I think that it's a pretty cool world, and it has some cool secrets and a puzzle. I would definitely give it a B as well. Night Hangout is a world that I haven't really spent too much time in, but I think that it's pretty cozy, and it uses a lot of assets that I think are really cool. I had to go there and look around to remind myself of it when I was recording this video, but it's really nice, and I would rate it a solid B. Plus One Jump Every Second is actually a new worlds by Hens, which takes a popular Roblox game and basically ports it into VRChat, and it got really popular really fast. I think this is a pretty fun game. It's kind of like a waiting simulator, but you could also like hang out with some friends there or something and you just have something to do. I would rate it a B. Movies and Chill, like LS Media, is definitely an A. I think I've probably been here more than LS Media, and I don't really know how it could get better. Rainy Road is a really neat world where you're basically in an RV traveling down a highway. It got a lot of updates somewhat recently, and it is now much longer. It's still very cool and still retains the on-the-road feel, and they've just added a whole lot of like really nice stuff to it. You can tell that someone's like passionate about working on it, and I really like that. So I'm going to give this one an A as well. Murder 4 is a very popular game in VRChat, and I can completely understand why. It's probably one of the best made games in VRChat. Like, it's very polished feeling, but it is pretty simple also as well. It also gets like holiday updates and stuff. Jar is really good at doing that kind of stuff, and I feel like I have to give it an A. Soft Sea of Stars, I had to go look at it as well, but I've definitely been to this world before, but it was daytime, and I realized that they have a lot of similar themed worlds that I've been to, but not this one specifically. Honestly, it's very cozy and I like it a lot. I would definitely give it a B. And last but obviously not least, we have the Great Pug. I would say that my Great Pug experiences are never too bad, and I do go there pretty often, mostly just to hang out or like loiter around and not really do anything. But I have met some pretty fun people in the Pug, but also I've had some pretty weird or maybe even kind of bad experiences in the Pug. I would give it a C, because it's not a bad world at all, and I feel like it has some really good qualities. So I don't want to rate it badly, but maybe not like the greatest either. I would give it a solid C. And with that, this is my rating for the top most popular worlds in VRChat. Again, if you would have put any of these in a different order, let me know in the comments what you would have done, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider subscribing, or maybe consider clicking on one of these videos that's showing up on your screen right now. Maybe you'll like those too.